tell people the scale. Let's talk about the money, the numbers that you were moving, because it was crazy.
At my height, from 84 to 86, I was doing at least $1 million every day, and then I had days I'd do as much as $3 million. Say, for instance, like the first of the month, which was my busiest days. The first was like crazy busy. I would do $3 million that day.
Jesus.
The second, I might do $2.5 million. The third, I might do $1.5 million. And then after that, it'd be $1 million every day. And then the 15th, it would spike back up, maybe $3 million, maybe $2.5 million, and then it would start decreasing again.
And what did you do with the money?
Buy houses, businesses. You know, when I started selling drugs, because I wanted to create businesses for me and my friends. You know, we couldn't get jobs. Nobody would hire us. So what I figured, okay, start your own business. Why not open up your own business? So drugs, I couldn't go to the bank and borrow money. You know, South Central was redlined at that time. You know, they wasn't loaning money on houses and nothing in South Central at that time. We was totally redlined. Not like it is right now. You know, South Central is one of the hottest properties in the country, where if you got a house there, you can borrow money on it. They buying them. But at that time, it was redlined. So I didn't have any way to get money, and drugs looked like a viable source of raising money.
Wow.
So it was totally baffling to me to find out. Well, I never thought that I didn't know what $1 million was when I first started. You know, like when I started selling drugs, probably the most money I'd ever saw was probably like $200, $300 at one time.
How quick did it come?
Well, it took a little while. It took a few months. But
That's crazy though.
You know when I started selling drugs, I was a tennis player. So I was very disciplined. You know, I did my runs. My backhand is off. I'm gonna hit 300-400 backhands over and over and over and over again. I'm not gonna stop until I do my number. And I took that same mentality into the drug business. You know, I'm not gonna stop selling my drugs to take my girlfriend to the movies. You know, I'm not going to the club. I'm not drinking. I'm not smoking. You know, I'm gonna stay up under this tree and wait till the money comes.
It's funny because that discipline would have served you well in anything that you had an opportunity to do.
I just didn't know that.
Yeah, well,
nobody ever sit me down and told me. I didn't have a coach. My mentors sold drugs, robbed people, stole cars.
Yeah.
You know, those were my mentors. Those were the guys. You know, my mom and my dad broke up when I was 4 months old. So I didn't really know my dad. Met him a few times. So the male figures that I saw was these street guys, you know, Crips, you know, Bloods. And when I stopped playing tennis, I was 18 years old, and I was old enough to know, like, oh, I ain't shoot nobody because he wear red. I ain't shoot nobody because he wear no blue. You know, I ain't with that. I'm not sticking no gun in nobody's face to rob them. You know, I'm not doing it. So I had to find what I felt was a valuable way of making a living. And when I saw cocaine, shoot, they come over and they dancing. We going to the club. I need a 50. Me and my girl, we turn it up tonight. So I was like, damn, they're going to give you $50 and you make them feel like that? I want a part of that. I want to be with that. I want to be the one to make them happy like that there. And I'm going to get paid to make them feel like that there. I'm all in. And I dove in, you know, and I was in love. You know, I was in love with the business. And it wasn't... It was
the first very successful thing that you'd been a part of.
Yeah. I mean, I was a little successful at tennis, you know. I made all conference, all city, but that didn't put no money in my pocket.
Right. Right.
All the trophies is good and, you know, the pats on the back, but, you know, now I'm putting money in my pocket. You know, I can go by my mom's house and say, hey, go pay your light bill.
Yeah.
You know, put gas in your car. You know, my little brothers and sisters didn't have to go to school with holes in their tennis shoes no more.